Namaskaram, sir.
Karam.
Namaskaram, sir.
Karam, good evening. हरि ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। गजाननपद्मार्कम् गजाननमहर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्तानाम् एकदन्तम् उपास्महे। श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रवधू वाग्देव्यै नमः। श्रीसरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ सिन्दूरारुणविग्रहां त्रिणयनां माणिक्यमौलिस्फुरत्तारानायकशेखरां स्मितमुखीमापीनवक्षोरुहां पाणिभ्यां मणिपूर्णरत्नचषकं रक्तोत्पलं बिभ्रतीं सौम्यां रत्नघटस्थरक्तचरणां ध्यायेत् परामम्बिकाम्। श्रीललितामहात्रिपुरसुन्दर्यै नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। गुरुब्रह्मा गुरुविष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणासिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणं श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। So today we have to do what, 33, 34? 33 we finished, right?
நமஸ்காரம் மாமா. 30 வரைக்கும் தான் பார்த்திருக்கோம். 30 வரைக்கும் தான் பார்த்திருக்கோம்.
அப்படியா? I thought we finished up to 33.
Yes, Mama, 33 is done last week.
Yeah, okay. नालं वा परमोपकारमिदं त्वेकं पशूनां पते पश्यन् कुक्षिगतान् चराचरगणान् बाह्यस्थितान् रक्षितुम् सर्वामर्त्यपलायनौषधमदि ज्वालाकरं भीकरं निक्षिप्तं गरलं गलेन गिलितं नोद्गीर्णमेव त्वया नालं वा परमोपकारं यदं त्वेकं पशूनां पते पश्यन् कुक्षिगतान् चराचरगणान् बाह्यस्थितान् रक्षितुम् सर्वामर्त्य पलायनौषधवति ज्वालाकरं भीकरं निक्षिप्तं गरलं गलेन गिलितं नोद्गीर्णमेव त्वया ज्वालोक्रसकलामरादिभयद श्वेलं कथं वा त्वया दृष्टः किञ्चकरे धृतकरतले किं पक्वजम्बूफलम् जिह्वायां निहतितश्च सिद्धगुडिकाख्वा कण्ठदेशभृतः किं ते नीलमणिर्विभूषणमयं शम्भो महात्मन् वद. We finished that also. नालं वा सकृदेव देव भवत सेवानतिर्वानुतिः पूजा वा स्मरणं कथाश्रवणमपि आलोकनं मादृशाम् स्वामिन् अस्थिरदेवतानुसराय सेन किं लभ्यते का वा मुक्तिरिथ कृतो भवति चेत् किं प्रार्थनीयं तदा. So we finished up to that, I think, right? So there's no point in going after the asthira devatas, that is the devatas who give phalam only for a temporary period. I will pray only to you. And we also said that was something similar to what we saw in Bhagavad Gita also. I remember now. I also sent you all the recording for all the verses up to 30. How many of you are able to chant today?
Sir, I'm doing really slowly. I could do only up to 10 because it takes me time to, read one slokam reasonably well. So I take a lot of time to.
Oh, okay. So, Suganya, you have read something?
இல்ல ஒரு 25 வரைக்கும் ஒரு மாதிரி சொல்லலாம், but I require practice as well. But 25 to 30, I think I need to practice more.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
What about others?
For me, up to 20 வரைக்கும் சொல்லலாம்.
Okay.
ஒரு மாதிரி வருது, but 20 to 30 இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் practice வேண்டியிருக்கு.
Okay.
Even me, Mama, till 20 I have practiced.
Till 20 எல்லாரும் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க தெரியாதுப்பா இல்லையா? Okay, so continue to study and then we will see. This is slightly more difficult than Saundarya Lahari. Because Saundarya Lahari is some steady சிகரணியில ஒரே மாதிரி மெட்டுன்னு சொல்றேன். So same meter throughout the Saundarya Lahari. So you can start from the first one and almost similar meter throughout Saundarya Lahari. But Sivananda Lahari different meters. So the words are also slightly more difficult to follow. So I can understand. But slowly you can practice and then eventually it shouldn't be that difficult. So let's continue with 34 then. 34. किं ब्रूमस्तव साहसं पशुपते किं ब्रूमस्तव साहसं पशुपते कस्त्यास्ति शम्भो भव धैर्यं चेदृशमात्मनस्थितिरियं चान्यै कथं लभ्यते भ्रश्यद्देवगणं त्रसन्मुनिगणं नश्यत्प्रपञ्चं लयं पश्यन् निर्भय एक एव विहरत् आनन्दसान्द्रो भवान् किं ब्रूम तव साहसं पशुपते हे पशुपते किं तव साहसं किं ब्रूम. So I will explain. किं ब्रूम तव साहसं पशुपते कस्यास्ति शम्भो भवद्. So the TH has to become pulled up from the second line. Okay. Shambho bhavat dhairyam chedrisham adhanam dhairyam cha idrisham dhairyam cha idrisham dhairyam chedrisham atmanasthitiriyam titiriyam cha anyai khatam labhyate dhairyam chedrisham atmanasthitiriyam chanyai khatam labhyate भ्रश्यद्देवगणं त्रसन्मुनिगणं नश्यत्प्रपञ्चं लयं पश्यन्निर्भय एक एव विहरति आनन्दसान्द्रो भवान्. When we describe Dakshinamurti, we always say Swatma Ramam, Swatma Aramam. So he is totally involved himself, and he is always so Swatma Ramam Mudita Vadanam. Mudita Vadanam is very happy face, and he is always Anandam. He is permanently in a state of Anandam. So he doesn't care about whatever happens around him in the whole world. So, the same way, Ananda Sandro Bhavan, see, Parameshwara is permanently in a state of bliss. So, who can be in a state of bliss? Who is not at all worried about whatever happens around him? How can people be not worried about whatever happens around them? Either they are so totally, completely detached, or they have seen so many such instances previously, so they are not afraid because they know the outcome, or they are themselves very brave and they know that they can control the situation. In all these cases, people are not worried about what happens around them. So you go to a hospital emergency, so you have broken your leg, or you have a heart attack, or you have something. You are so worried, but the doctor is so confident about himself. So he says, I have seen so many cases like this. Don't worry. This is just maybe my 200th case or 300th case. I can take care of it. So he is giving you all the comfort that you want. That is because he is fully experienced in handling that case. So there is no fear in his mind. So he is perfectly peaceful. In the same way, as far as Parameshwara is concerned, the whatever happens in this world, he has seen it all. We say Sarvasakshi. Sarvasakshi means everything that happens, he knows what is happening. He knows what is going to happen also. Sarvagya, right? So he is not worried, and therefore there is no fear attached to him. Nirbhaya. So he is Nirbhaya Eka Eva. Nirbhaya Eka Eva Ananda. So he is not worried. So what happens in the previous sloka we saw that the Devas and Asuras together, the Samudra Manthanam happened, and then the Vasuki, so from out of Vasuki the great Hala Hala poison came out, and as soon as the poison came out, it was fiery, it was hot, it was, people were, even the breath of the snake was making people die. So all the devas, all the rishis, everybody was worried and they were running helter-skelter. They did not know how to handle the situation. So that is the situation here. This continuing to describe Brashyat Devaganam. Brashyat Devaganam. Brashyat means when you are in great difficulty, your mind is not in control, or rather your intellect is not in control. Your mind is in charge. So you don't know what to do. So you are running in several directions. You're simultaneously processing so many alternatives, and so without knowing exactly how to handle the situation, you're running helter skelter. In the same way, all the devas, they had they did not know how to handle the situation. The only thing that they were worried about was, if this happens, all our peaceful lives, where we are in this Devaloka, we are having completely peaceful life, enjoying all the comforts, and all of a sudden our peace is disturbed. So they are so worried, they are running here and there, and they are running to either Brahma or Mahavishnu or Parameshwara. All of them together run to Parameshwara, right? So that is the situation. So Brashyat Devaganam. And then the Muniganam, the rishis are not worried that much as the devas, because they are constantly meditating on Parameshwara or Mahavishnu or whatever. They are not running helter skelter, but they are worried about what is going to happen. So their meditation is going to be disturbed. Their contemplation on Parameshwara is going to be disturbed, and so they are not sure what is going to happen next. So they are also worried. So Trasan Muniganam. So they are not Brashyat, but they are Trasan. Trasan means worried and confused, let's say, that what's going to happen. So they are also concerned about the potential outcome of this whole event, whereby the poison, the Vasuki is emitting poison. So, Brashyat Devaganam, Thrashan Muniganam. All this is happening because they are not sure about the next stage, what is going to happen, who is going to come to their rescue. So, Brashyat Devaganam, Thrashan Muniganam. What is the ultimate worry all of them have? Nashyat Prapanjam, Nashyat Prapanjam. So the whole, they are worried that because of whatever is happening, the world is going to come to an end. And in the process of that world coming to an end, everything is going to be destroyed. If everything is going to be destroyed, they are all going to become non-existent. And that is the fear that is occupying everybody's mind. But Parameshwara is not so worried. And so he, as I was describing the other day from Bhagavatam, he says, oh, people are so worried. They are all coming to Parameshwara and they are requesting him, hey, you are the only one who can come to our rescue. And Parameshwara says, I am responsible for the safety of these people. Therefore, I am going to take care of this situation. And then he tells Paramamba that he is going to take the poison and he is going to swallow it. All that we described. So he will not take the decision of swallowing that poison if he is not sure that he can handle the situation. Therefore, Pashyan Nirbhaya ek. So Pashyan, Pashyan means having seen that everybody is so worried, so he then decides to consume that poison. So Nirbhaya eka, Nirbhaya eka eva. You, Parameshwara, the one and only person who can handle the situation, he did that, right? So Bhayam Nirbhaya eka eva Viharati Ananda Sandrotavan. So he is this is one situation that you can describe. So which you can connect to Brashyat Devaganam and Trasan Muniganam, right? This is one thing. But when we describe the situation of the process of the how the world continues in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells Arjuna, I have seen so many the life and death. So many times it has happened, and I have seen it all. Right. So that is how he addresses Arjuna. So many yugas have come and gone. One yuga means what? One time people are born, people are they grow, and then they die, and then everybody dies, and then all over the whole, the evolution takes place one more time. That is how things are happening. So in the same way, the Parameshwara has seen it all. The in Upanishads, what we say, from who the whole world originates, and because of who the whole world continues, and in who finally the world goes back and becomes one with. That is why the layam, right? So pralayam. Pralayam means one more time everything goes back into the Brahman, who is the only one who survives at the end of the pralayam. So that is why layam. So he has seen it all, and therefore when Prapancham, so Nashyat Prapancham, so the whole universe is completely swallowed, but he is surviving that him, and therefore because he is beyond destruction. So we say Parameshwara Brahman is Aksharam. So it never dies, it never decays, it stays the same way. And because of that, when the Prapancham is completely terminated, he still survives that, and for that reason he is permanently in a state of Anandam. So that is the situation. Adi Shankara says in the first, now if you look at the first two lines, what he says, Kim Bruma Tabasahasam. So when all these bad things are happening around you, how are you? You are supposed to be the Karuna Murti, and you are still watching all this, and you are completely feelingless. You are you have so much dhairyam in you, and you are so much sahasam is we'll say dhairyam without being in any way perturbed by what is happening. So tava sahasam kim bruma kim bruma. How can we describe that state of your mind? Okay. Kasyasti sambho bhavadhe dhairyam idrisham means this way. This having the way we have described so far, that kind of situation, how you are able to handle it with so much dhairyam, so much confidence. So idrisham idrisham dhairyam kasyasti bhavat. So kasya bhavat asti. So how are you able to have so much dhairyam without being concerned about the lives of the people? Not concerned in the sense he knows what's going to happen, and he knows that he will be able to handle it. So kasya asti dhairyam, kasya asti dhairyam. That's what Shankara says. And then you continue to be atmanasti yancha atmanasthidhi katham labhyate. How you are able to have this kind of a steady mind. So in a way, he can interpret it as saying that Adishankara says life is full of troubles, and people will definitely meet all kinds of troubles in their life, but they should have the faith in the God and be able to handle that all those difficulties with the faith that God will come with the help and protection of the God. They will be able to handle the situation. That is yet another way of interpreting the first two lines. So Kim Brumastavasa. So if you the this the Brahman survives everything, and Parameshwara is watching the whole thing happens at the time of Pralayam. I'm suddenly reminded of this Saundara Lahari verse. Saundara Lahari, there is a verse which is Virinchi Panchadbhum Virinchi Panchadbhum Brajati Harirapnodhi Niviradim Vinasham Kinaso Bhajati Dhanato Yati Nidanam Vidantri Mahendri Vidadirabi Sammilitadrusha Mahasamharasmin Mahasamharesmin Viharadi Sadi Tvatpadirasau. So Tvatpadirasau, because Saundaralari is addressed to Ambar. So Mahasamharesmin Viharadi Viharadi Sati Tvatpadirasau. So you Ambar is the representation of Brahman. So, and then Parameshwara is the representation, Ishvara is the representation of Brahman. So they along with her husband, which is Parameshwara, she is happily enjoying the Viharati means playing, right? So she is enjoying the whole act of the Pralayam. So at what time? Yeah, when the Pralayam comes, Virinchi Panchadvam Virashati Brajati. So Brahma dies, and then Hari Rapnodi Viradim. Hari also dies. Mahavishnu also dies. Vinasham Kinaso Bhajri Dhanato Yadinayanam. So everybody dies. So Kubera dies, Indra dies, everybody dies, but only Parameshwara and Ambar, they are left behind because they are the representation of Brahman. So that is what one after the other, everybody dies. And hey, Parameshwara, at the time of Mahapralayam, you and Ambal are the only ones left behind, and you are performing this Leela time and again, time and again. That is Saundara Lahari, that verse. So this is he is describing the everlasting nature of Parameshwara, number one. Number two, he is describing that with his help you will be able to handle the sorrows of life. So now Kim Bruma Tabasahasam Pashupate. Kim Bruma Tabasahasam Pashupate. Bruma means how can we describe? How if the word cannot describe fully. Tabasahasam, your dhairyam, your ability, your confidence. So किं ब्रूमस्तव साहसं पशुपते कस्यास्ति शम्भो भव धैर्यं 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 च ईदृशम् आत्मनस्थितिः सो धैर्यं चेदृशमात्मनस्थितिः इयं चान्यै कथं लभ्यते इयं च अन्यै कथं लभ्यते सो अन्यै means who else katham labhyate how will they have this kind of confidence that you have so
மாமா இது வந்து பவதைரியம்
brashan
சேத்ருஷமாத்மனவா
sorry
பவதைரியம் சேத்ருஷமாத்மனः சொன்னேளா
no please listen carefully kasya asti shambho hey shambho bhavat your dhairyam bhavat dhairyam cha ईदृशम ईदृशम आत्मनस्थितिः okay so bhavat dhairyam okay bhavat means your bhavat dhairyam dhairyam cha ईदृशम means this kind of atmanasthitiः okay ईदृशम dhairyam cha okay so किम तव साहसम च तव தைரியம் ச அப்படின்னு அதை எடுத்துக்கணும் புரியுதா
ஓகே
புரியுதா சோ
Yeah.
கிம் ப்ரூமஸ்தவ சாகசம் பசுபதே அப்படிங்கிறது இன்வகேஷன் சம்போங்கிறது இன்வகேஷன் சோ ஹே பசுபதே ஹே சம்போ ஓகே தவ தவ சாகசம் கிம் ப்ரூம தவ தைரியம் ஓகே தவ தைரியம் ஈதृशம் ஆத்மனஸ்திதி கஸ்யம் அந்யஹ katham labhyate who else will be able to possess such dhairyam which is the way you are able to handle the case of the the poisonous snake and you are able to drink that poison without any hesitation and you are able to survive all the pralayams and you are just watching all that happen. This is also one of your leelas. Like that, he is addressing Parameshwara. Okay? So, Kim Brumastava Sahasam Pashupate Kasyasti Shambho Bhavat Dhairyam Chedrishamatmanastithiriyam Chanyai Katam Labhyate Brashyaddevaganam Thrasad Muniganam Nashyat Prapancham Layam पश्यन् निर्भय एक एव विहरति आनंद सांद्रो भवान् okay so the next one we will see the next one योगक्षेम दुरंदरस्य शकलः श्रेयप्रदोद्योद्गिनो दृष्टादृष्टमतोपदेशकृतिनो बाह्यन्तरस्वापिनः सर्वज्ञस्य दयाकरस्य भवतः किं वेदितव्यं मया शम्भो त्वं परमान्तरङ्ग इति मे चित्ते स्मरान्यन्वहम् ரொம்ப நிரடா இருக்கு இந்த வேர்ட்ஸ்லாம் இதுல ஸோ யோகக்ஷேம दुरन्दरस्य योगक्षेम दुरन्दरस्य सकल श्रेयः प्रदोद् योगिनो दृष्ट अदृष्ट मथिल उपदेश कृतिनो बाह्य अंतर व्यापिनः अवळु वर्ड इल्ल फर्स्ट टू लाइन्स ओके योगक्षेम दुरंदरस्य सकलः श्रेयप्रदोद्योगिनो दृष्टादृष्टमतोपदेशकृतिनो बाह्यान्तरव्यापिनः सर्वज्ञस्य दयाकरस्य भवतः किं वेदितव्यं मया शम्भो त्वं परमान्तरङ्ग इति मे चित्ते स्मराम्यन्वहम् so இந்த ஸ்லோகத்தை படிக்கிறப்போ I'm reminded of a story. We'll talk about the story eventually. What is in all the pujas what we say, we do a very nowadays when I would go to public events, the length of the sankalpam keeps on increasing. The length of sankalpam, not only for the person, his family, his sons, grandsons, his in-laws, sons-in-laws, I mean daughters-in-law, and then their children, their cousins, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And even all of them, what are we saying? Ishtagamyam, Siddhyartham, Siddhyartham, exam pass Siddhyartham, job Siddhyartham. Every thing we list one big grocery list before the Parameshwara. So as though if you got all those things, your life will be completely peaceful and full of happiness. Now, at the end of all of that, 1 month later, we are once again going there and asking for something else which is different, and therefore the thing doesn't end at all. So, on the other hand, what he says is that you Parameshwara, he knows everything. He knows what you deserve. He knows what you. So that is why. So you shouldn't be asking for something specific because maybe he has got in his mind to give you something more than what you are going to ask. That so decidedly we should not be asking that in my prayer through my prayers I am expecting to get this from you. So that becomes a barter. So what Adi Shankara says, I don't, you know everything that you know what you need to give me. So you are very kind. Your job is to take care of this whole world. You will be you have you are a Karuna Murti. You are a father-like figure. Being like this, you already know what I deserve. So who am I to go and ask you what I should need for my life. That is the central theme of this sloka. So the story is what I reminded of my high school lesson, let us say. So this bagpiper, he dies, and then he goes to heaven, and then he is in front of the Lord, and he sees in the heaven that old bagpipe. Sorry, in his whole life he has always been handling one old bagpipe only. So now he goes to heaven and he sees a brand new bagpipe there. So now the God says, now you have done a lot of good things in life. So you have come to me, and so I have decided to give you something good for so please ask what you want. So this guy says, okay, all I want is that new bagpipe. So that's all. So his mind is so limited to for asking for that thing because that is something that he has longed for in his whole life. Perhaps the Lord says that I had something bigger than that in my mind, but since you have asked for this bagpipe only, you take that and go away. So don't ask for something specific. The moral is don't ask for something specific because God knows what He should give you. So that is this one. So here, how does it go? Yoga Kshema Durandarasya Sakalaha. Yoga Kshema Durandarasya Sakalaha. Yoga Kshema. Yoga Kshema Durandarasya. Durandarasya means somebody who is responsible for providing everything that you need. Durandarasya. Okay. So he is the one carrying the burden of taking care of yourself. So the one who carries the burden, like in the household, the father is the Durandara. So because he knows what, or the mother. So they know what the children need. So they always think about, oh, today we must pay the fees. Today I must send him here. Today I must buy clothes. Today I must get this food. Today I must buy the shoes or whatever. So like that, they already know what the children need and they take care of it. The responsibility for taking care, the responsibility for bearing the burden of taking care of the children, that is the Durandara. Okay. So Yoga Kshema Durandarasya. So one who is taking care of the whole world. So you remove if at the end of the Vishnu Sahasranam prayer, which is actually an extract from Bhagavad Gita, what do we say? Ananyas chintayanto mam ejana paryupasate Tesham niktabi yuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So that is, remember that one. So ananya sintayanto mam. So without thinking of anything else all the time. So anya chintaya. So not thinking of anything else, then whoever is meditating all the time on the Lord, ananya chintayanto mam ye janaha yo janaha paryupasate, completely surrendering to himself and to the gods, paryupasate, tesham nityabi tesham nitya abhiyuktanam. So all those devotees who are constantly thinking of me without thinking of anything else, for them, the responsibility for providing yoga kshemam becomes mine. So, yoga kshemam vahamyam. I provide them whatever the yogam and kshemam that they need. So, what is yogam and what is kshemam? Yoga is something you want something and you don't have it, and then you so by you either by effort or by luck or by somebody as a windfall or by inheritance or whatever, you get something. So you have the luck, you have the destiny to get that. So that is the yoga. So raja yogam, let's say, so you get that thing which you don't have and you want to have, so that is yoga. The kshemam is whatever you have earned, whatever you have possessed. Now we have to protect it for your own self or for the sake of the posterity. So you protect it, that is kshemam. So yoga kshemam. So yoga kshemam vahamyaham. So in this case, yoga kshema durandarasya. So Parameshwara's responsibility is to take care of the needs of the devotee who is always thinking about him. योगक्षेमनिरन्तरस्य सकलश्रेय प्रदोद्योगिनो सकलश्रेय pradodhi. So, to one who provides all the shreyas for the one who though for those yogis. The yogi is the one who is constantly thinking about Parameshwara. So, what is shreyas? There are two kinds of things, right? Shreyas and preyas. Shreyas is, I know how to describe this. So, let's think of the medicine, a bitter medicine that you get for cold. So the medicine is, at the time you take the medicine, is very bitter. It's completely unbearable. Or an injection that the doctor gives. Okay, so or the book that, or let even take this Sivananda Lahari shloka, which you have to somehow learn and study. So it's so difficult, so boring, so completely, there are 100 other things that you can take care of while instead of studying Sivananda Lahari. So those things that are providing you the happiness for the moment, maybe a cricket match, maybe a movie, maybe whatever that is, which is a better use of your time, then sitting and reading and remembering the Sivananda Lahari. So they are the prayers. The prayers is they are providing you momentary happiness, and eventually the end result is nothing less left behind. So nothing is, there is no everlasting benefit by those prayers, the things that you seek after. That is prayers. But on the other hand, Shreyas is something which is not very easy to very well understood. It's okay, but eventually it provides everlasting happiness, everlasting benefit. Like those children who have forsaken the games or video games or whatnot, they study so hard, and in the end they pass the exams, and the success they achieve is everlasting throughout their life. So that is the Shreyas. So they get a good name, they become excellent in their studies. So that is the Shreyas that they get. So Shreyas and prayers. So in Kathopanishad we say, when the person there are Nashiketas, he is offered two things. Things which should provide immediate happiness, and the things that will provide only long-term happiness. That is the Shreyas and Preyas. So here Parmeshwara provides you the Shreyas. So Sakala Shreya Pradadyoginah. Sakala Shreya Pradada means the one who provides. So for the yogis, he provides the Shreyas. So Yoga Kshema Durandarasya Sakala Shreya Pradodyogino Drishta Adrishta Mat Upadesha Kritino. So Drishta Adrishta. Drishta is the whatever you see in this world. So what you are always seeking the good things in this world. So Yugaloka Saukyangal. Yugaloka Saukya Prapti. That is what you are asking. So Drishta the Saukyam, right? That is the one. The second one is what? Adrishtam. Adrishtam is something that you cannot see. Whatever is going to happen in the next life, how you are seeking benefits for the next life also. Somebody told you that if you do this, you will get it. If you do this, you will get it. So drishta, adrishta, mati, upadesha, kritino. So when you think of Lord, you think that he is the one who is going to provide all these benefits to you. So drishta, adrishta, mat, upadesha, kritino. Then bahya, antara, vyapinaha. So we have already said that who is Parameshwara? Parameshwara is Visvavyapi. Visvavyapi or Vibho. So one who is who is occupied the whole world. So somebody who is everywhere outside of the whole world. So right, Vishwambaradara, right? So Vishwavyapi. So he is outside, but he is inside also. He is the one Prajapatischa, Digarbhe, Antaha, like that. He has entered every living soul. So he becomes Bahya Antara Vyapinah. So in Mahanarayana Upanishad, how do we describe Ambasya Pare Bhuvanasya Madhye Nakasya Prishte Mahato Mahiyam Ambasya Pare Bhuvanasya Madhye Nakasya Prishte Mahato Mahiyam Shukrena Jyoti Himshi Samanupravishta Prajapatishcharadi Garbhe Antaha. This is not Purushartham, this is Mahanarayana Upanishad. So Mahanarayana, what does it say? Ambasya Pare Bhuvanasya Madhye. So Ambasya Pare means the shoreless waters, all the big oceans, right? Ambasya Pare Bhuvanasya Madhye, in the center of the universe, on the earth, and then Nakasya Prishte, even in the heaven. So he is in the oceans, he is in the rivers, he is in the the entire universe, and even in the heaven. So Ambasya Pare Bhuvanasya Madhye Nakasya Prishte Mahato Mahiyam. So he is above and beyond all these things. That is why Sahasrasirsha Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrabhat Sa Bhumim Viswato Vridbha. So he is there in the Bhumi, he is also there in the heaven. So and then his head is above these universe, right? That is why Ati, okay, Atyadishta Dashangulam, Atyadishtadi Dashangulam. So if you draw a circle, and his head is even beyond that circle. So the whole universe is a circle. So his head is even beyond that circle. That is why Sahasrasirsha Purusha Sahasraksha Sahasrapad Sabhumim Visvatho Vridbha. So he is occupying the whole universe. Bhumim Visvatho Vridbha Atyadishtad Dashangulam, Dasha Angulam. So he is beyond that. So that is how big he is. So Bhayastita, he is completely outside everywhere in this world. And then the second sentence says, Shukrena Jyoti Gumshi Samanu Pravishta, Shukrena Jyoti Gumshi Samanu Pravishta, Prajapatish Jardigarbhe Antaha. So having, that's why we say Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. So even though he is so big, he entered every living being in this universe in the form of a seed. So Prajapati Charati Garbhe Antaha That is why he is saying here, Bahya. So the and that Parameshwara, how does he, what happens to him? Yesha hi deva pradisho anusharva purvo hi jatha saugarbhe antah savijhayaman sajanishyaman pratyang mukha tishtati vishwato mukha. So the same concept. So he entered the whole, every living being, bahya antarastitah. So दृष्टादृष्टमथोपदेशकृतिनो बाह्यान्तरव्यापिनः बाह्य antaravyapinah. Then the next thing is sarvajnah. Sarvajnah means what? He knows everything. So you remember in Vishnu Sahasranamam, you have so many places you are always talking about the when we talk about Mahavishnu, we say that he is a Sarvajna, right? So what is that? Some, I'll tell you where it is. Um, uh, Amrita Saswadartanur Vararoho Mahadavaha. And then Sarvagya Sarvato Mukha. So that is how we described this Mahavishnu in Vishnu Sahasranam. So Sarvagya is Sarvam Janadi. So when how do we explain the Sarvagya? Sarvam Janati iti Sarvagya. So the one who knows everything, what he knows, what is going to, what was there before, he knows what is there now, and he knows what is going to happen in future. So because he is Sarva Sakshi, he is watching everything that is happening, and therefore he knows what is going to happen and what has happened to you before also. So Sarvajnah. So Dayakarasya, I already explained to you that he is the one. When we say with Pallinayinduttum Sayinum Chalaparindu. That's how we describe Ambar. So he knows what you need and he will take care of that requirement. That's why, as we say in Lalita Sahasranam, Abhyaja Karunamurti. So that Karunamurti Dayakarasya. So Sarvajnasya Dayakarasya Bhavataha. Hey Parameshwara, you have got all these qualities. What is the quality? योगक्षेम दुरन्तरस्य सकलश्रेयप्रदोद्योगिनः दृष्टादृष्टमतोपदेशकृतिनः बाह्यन्तरव्यापिनः सर्वज्ञः दयाकरह्यः. All these qualities you have, right? That means what? You know everything and you are kind and you will take care of me. That confidence I have. So why do I have to request anything specific from you? Kim veditavyam maya? Kim veditavyam maya? So why do I have to ask for something specific? Because you already know what I deserve. So that is what happened to Kushela when he went to Krishna Paramatma. So he goes to his house. So his wife says, ask him for money, ask him for this, ask him for that. So she sends him to Krishna Paramatma, and then he goes there. He goes and sits with this Lord Krishna, and but he says, how can I ask him? How am I? Don't. I will be so totally embarrassed to say, give me this, give me that. He is Krishna, and he should know what I need. So he comes back, and by the time he comes back, he gets he sees that he can't even recognize his house. It's completely changed, and everything that he needed and more had been provided by Krishna already. So that's the story of Kushela, you all know. So Sambho Tvam Paramantarangi Iti Me. So all I have to do is I have to just think of you all the time, and you will take care of me because Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Ejana Paripasate Tesham Niktabhiyuktanam Yogakshema Vahamiham. So that God will take care of your requirements. You don't have to ask for anything specific. So Kim Veditavyam Maya. What is there for me to ask of you? That's what he's saying. So, Bhavatha kim veditavyam maya shambho he Parameshwara tvam parama antaranga iti tvam parama antaranga iti me chitte smaramyanvaham. So, I will keep you very close to my heart and I will keep on thinking about Anvaham means always, all the time. So Anvaham is without any gap. I will be thinking about you all the time. Anvaham smarami. Anvaham smarami. Smarami, what smarami is, I'll meditate upon you. I'll be thinking about you all the time. So Bhagavad Smaranam without any break, I will do so that, and I will keep you very close to my heart. And I know that because you have all these qualities of being what is that? Daya Karasya, Yogakshema Durandarasya, and you have got all these qualities, and you will be taking care of all the requirements that I have. So that is what he says. योगक्षेमदुरन्तरस्य सकलश्रेयप्रदोद्योगिनो दृष्टादृष्टमथोपदेशकृतिनो बाह्यन्तरव्यापिनः सर्वज्ञस्य दयाकरस्य भवतः किं वेदितव्यं मया शम्भो त्वं परमान्तरङ्ग इति मे चित्ते स्मराम्यन्वहम्. So that is that one. So what he says is, I don't have to specifically ask for anything from you, and I know that you will provide whatever I require. That is that particular slogan. Then going to 36. 36, I don't know if we'll finish it, but we'll see. Bhakto Bhakti Gunavate Bhakto Bhakti Gunavate Mudam Amrita Mudamrita Purne Prasanne Manahe Kumbe Sambatavangri Yugala Tavangri Pallava Yugam Samtaya Samvit Palam Satvam Mantra Mudiraya Nijjana. Sorry. Something wrong in my book. 1 minute. Sattvam mantra mudiraya. Oh, sorry. Okay. My mistake. Sattvam mantra mudirayan nija sharira akara shuddhim vahan punyaham prakati karomi urchiram kalyanamapadayan bhakto bhakti guna vrato mudam mrta purne prasanne manah Kumbe Sambatavangri Pallava Yugam Samstapya Samvitpalam Satvam Mantra Mudirayan Nija Shariragara Suddimbahan Punyaham Prakati Karomi Maschiram Kalyanamapadayan. So, the continuation of the theme from the previous sloka. What is he saying in the previous sloka? You just keep on thinking about the Lord all the time, and then He will take care of what you need. So, in order to think all the time, think about the Lord, your mind must be very pure. Though your mind must be focused towards the Lord. So, how do you do that? In the previous sloka, you remember he described his state of mind. What was that state of mind that he described? He said, दुरासा भूयिष्ठे दुरधिपगृहद्वारकटके दुरन्ते संसारे दुरितनिलये दुःखजनके मतायासं किं न व्यपनयसि कश्योपकृतये. So completely useless position. So durasa bhuyishte, completely occupied by bad desires. Okay. Duratipagrihadvarakatake, so in the company of bad people. Durante samsare, so everything that we saw. And then the next sloka he said what? Sada mohadavyam charati yuvathidam kuchagiro nadatyasha sakasu atadi jadite svairamapitah kapalin bhikshome hridayakabim adyanta shabalam. So he described his state of mind as Hridaya Kabim Adyanta Shapalam. So his mind was like a monkey which was running from one thing to other without any satisfaction and without any fully confused state of mind. If your mind is going to be like this, where will you have the time to think about the Lord? So you need to do something about it to cleanse your mind and make it ready to start thinking about the Lord. So that is what he is saying. In our pujas, what do we do? Before we start the main puja, we always say Sarira Sudyartham, Atma Sudyartham, Sarvohakarana Sudyartham, Suddhi Sudyartham, Suddhi Punyaha Vachanam Karishe. So Punyaha Vachanam Kari. Punya. So we take a pot, we take, we put some mango leaves there, we then put a coconut on top of it, and then we add some flowers and whatnot. And then we say, okay, Hiranyavarna Chiyappa Vakaya Sujata Kashyapaya Vindrahe Agninya Garbanda Dire Virupatana Apashak Dishyona Bhavantu Apa Sagum Shona Bhavantu. So let this water help me to cleanse everything. So apasya gishona bhavantu. So that water, what we pray to that water, and then finally we take that water and then we do prashanam all around the house. We all offer to everybody to take a sip, so that it is supposed to purify yourself and to purify everything in your house, and that is the punyaha vachanam. In the same way, in order to prepare the devotee to be eligible to think about the Lord. So why he needs to be you become eligible to this? So what do we say in Sivananda Lahari? Shivasaktya yukto yati bodhisaktva prabhuyatam. So and then we say Katham Akrita Punya Prabhavati, right? Pranantam Stotum va Katham Akrita Punya Prabhavati. So with all the bad things that you have done, it will not be possible for you to even think about the Lord. So pranantam stothum va katham akrita punya prabhavati. So your mind will not go in that direction. So there is no thinking about the Lord. There is no time. There is no tuti to the Lord. You will not be eligible to do that at all. So you need to do first punyaha vachanam. That punyaha vachanam, how do you do? To become eligible, that is the sloka, that 36th sloka. What he says is karomi punyaham prakati karomi kalyanam apadayan. Kalyanam means what? I am seeking auspiciousness. I want to become a good man. I want to be a pure devotee. I want Parameshwara to be close to me. So that kalyanam, that auspiciousness, Apadayan means I am searching. I want to make myself eligible to become the bhakti purna person who will be able to receive the Lord and keep him in my heart. And in order to do that, I want to do the punyaha vachanam. Punyaham to my body. Deho devale prokto jivo deva sanatana Tyajet ajnana nirmalyam deham bhavena pujet. So aham bhavena pujet. Like that, in order to bring that Lord into yourself, you need to do the cleansing. And that cleansing, how you are going to do, is described in this 36th sloka. Bhakto bhakti guna mruto mudam mrutha purne prasanne manahe kumbe samba savangri yuga pallava yugam samstape samvitpalam Satvam mantra mudiraya nirjana sharira agara suddhim vahan punyaham prakati karomi ruchiram kalyanamapadayan. So how we do that, we'll see in the next class. Okay. So in the meantime, please, even though it's a little bit difficult, practice this slokas. They are also enjoyable. You will be able to enjoy when you understand the meanings fully and you practice very well. Okay. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaskar. Bye.
Thank you, Mama.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.
Bye.
Thank you, Mama.
Bye.